Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's up, everybody? Mr. EK right back at you, author motivational speaker. This is a new vlog that I'm going to be starting, and the name of it is called Missing Loved Ones. And this vlog is going to be aimed towards advocating for our elderly. It gets hard as you get older, and it's not very many people advocating for them. I'll be dropping this as I get information on different elderly people who come up missing. Hopefully this helps, and it's just going to put their situation and story out there, tell who they are, and give information. Hopefully everybody can keep a lookout. It gets harder as we get older. One thing, you start losing your senses, and then as you get older you have to start taking medications, and the medications alone can be confusing and things like that. And then some people are dealing with even worse situations like dementia. And dementia is like it's a horrible disease that it's hard on the people who have it, and it's hard on the people who are trying to care for people who have it. It's a real nasty disease, and it just really kind of controls your mind, man. You know, they have no control over their mind. You know, the disease just keeps the mind going and going and going. It does people in all kinds of different types of ways, man. So that's what this new vlog is dedicated to, and it's dedicated to the missing loved ones that we have out here, because it's happening more often than we know it. With that being said, my name is Mr. EK. I'm an author motivational speaker. I'm also a community activist, and I'm also a humanitarian. I try to help out the community when I can, as far as feeding the homeless and giving kids clothes if I can, or when they need it, bringing blankets to the homeless during the wintertime. Just helping any way I can when I can. With that being said, I wanted to do something where I can advocate for our elderly people out here, because they really don't have too many people advocating for them. And a lot of times they get mistreated just because of the situations that they may be in. We got to start caring for our elderly. We all have them in the family. Not only that, we will all be elderly one day, and you will want to be treated with respect and cared for and loved. So I'm hoping that this vlog encourages that, and I hope you guys keep an eye out for some of these missing loved ones. See if we can bring some of these people back home to their families, all right? I'm gonna introduce you to this young lady right here. Her name is Manuela Smith. And Manuela Smith has been missing since September 5th. And her last living location was in Hemet, California. She was staying there with her family, who was caring for her. And shortly after moving in with them, she developed dementia. Dementia is a real hard disease to deal with. They have no control over their mind or their actions. That's the best way I can describe it. Shortly after that, that's when the wandering and becoming confused started kicking in. But the main thing that happens, you know, to a person that has dementia, a lot of confusion. They'll ask about people who ain't been around in a long time, that may not even be alive anymore, and they do a lot of wandering. The mind just tells them, it just keeps them on go. And one night she wandered out in the middle of the night, and they didn't hear nothing from her until Labor Day. Somebody called them in the middle of the night. And thank God, man, we still got angels walking around on earth. You know what I'm saying? The angel came across her at the bus stop because she had actually went to the hospital. They checked her out, and then they released her. So she went to the nearest bus stop, and luckily a good person, an angel, came across her, an angel named Amy Zamudio, and she actually works for a non-profit organization, Housing for the Homeless. So she actually seen her at the bus stop, and you know, actually helped her as much as she could. She got her hotel room, and she actually contacted the family that evening. But by the time the family got back down to her, she disappeared. She was actually living with a family in Hemet, California. She turned up in San Diego, California. And from what I know about the disease, I wouldn't be surprised if she walked that whole distance. She hasn't been seen since then or heard from the family. There's been possible sightings. So I just want everybody to look at her picture really good. You know, she's 88 years old. She's about 4'10" in height, weighs 140 pounds, and has long, beautiful gray hair. If you guys just get a good look at her, and if you can, just keep an eye out. She was last to be known in the San Diego area. There's been possible sightings of her in the downtown area in San Diego, the Midway District, and Hillcrest. So if anybody, you know, if you think you might have seen her, if you have any tips or anything like that, leave them in the comment section. They're saying if you happen to spot her, dial 911. Her oldest son is also asking, he's pleading, you know, please just send any kind of information you can. If you have any tips on her whereabouts or possible sightings, you know, he's asking, you know, to contact Amy Zamudio. And I don't have her direct contact information, but you can definitely find her on Facebook. Let's just hope we can just bring her back to this young lady back home to her loved ones, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a frustrating and it's a scary situation. Hopefully she's safe, and hopefully this helps to bring her home. And I thank y'all for joining me. and just keep an eye out, you know what I mean? And even for other elderly people, you see somebody out there confused and you think you might be able to help them and show them their way, see if you can do that. They might also be missing. So I want to thank y'all for joining me, and I catch y'all again for the next one. And be safe out there, man, and love your parents and love the elderly and treat them with respect, because a lot of people don't. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of angels out there and it's a lot of bad people out there. Choose which one you want to be. You know what I'm saying? I love all y'all. Be safe. All right? Catch you next week.